Yellow duckies, and welcome to Hollow Home. My name's Viola. If you like what you see, hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. It really does help the channel. This is a demo. It is a narrative RPG, and there was a warning that popped up. It does include the sound of explosions and air raids. So if that's triggering to you, I would suggest going ahead and clicking off. I do not mind. But if you would like to see the gameplay, let's get into it. One of the greatest gifts of mankind is certainly sleep. To drift away from worldly concerns is a blessing. Sadly, it's one that's easily broken, usually in the most annoying way possible. You roll over and yawn, but the melodic ring of the phone pays no mind to your pathetic defense attempts. Instead, it gets louder, demanding your attention. Pick up the phone and cancel the alarm. You rub your eyes and barely manage to take a look at the screen. Bad news, you're late for school. Good news, that you've learned a lesson about the inexorable the passing of time. It's 9:30 a.m., February 23rd, 2022. Might as well ditch school altogether. Your mom would be furious at such a heretical thought, but thankfully, since she and Dad are out of the city, both she and Dad are out of the city. For the last week, you've been left almost completely to your own devices, save for an obligatory evening phone call. The time will come for you to suffer the consequences of your action, but that's the headache of future you. The current you, however, has a nagging feeling that you're missing something important. Did you forget to do the dishes? You decide that it can wait at least until the tip of Mount Dirty reaches the tab. It's something else. After a minute of excruciating mental effort, the realization finally dawns on you. Pika. Yesterday, you and her hatched a brilliant plan to skip classes together. 9 a.m. near your house. You're half an hour late. Nothing in hurry out of bed. You have more important stuff to do than talk to yourself. You manage to stand up. Now that the hardest part is over, you need to put some threads on, grab your backpack, and get some grub. And you must hurry. Vika is not going to wait for you, for your lazy butt forever. List of to-dos. Okay. Wardrobe welcomes you with the faint smell of washing powder and a heap of clothes that resembles some kind of unfortunate fantasy character. Usually the magical presence of your mom prevents it from forming, but with her aura gone, it now thrives here. Reach inside, shake its cotton guts a little bit, take out some relatively clean rags. Today you feel like wearing something sporty. +1 to athletics. To make it easier to find important objects, you can use a backlight. Have to highlight. Okay. Alright. Got you. Especially from a favorite rock band, your taste in music comes from your dad and doesn't resonate with most of your classmates. But you and Big are on the same wavelengths. I need to put something vacuum clean which dutifully. Make sure your family. Mom left a solid supply of food, not counting on your healthy eating habits. There's still some leftover. Nope. No. Let's see here. Max, I'll be gone for 2 weeks. You take care of the house, food's in the fridge, money's on the card. Don't stay out late, eat well, clean up on time, and don't forget to go to school. Same with your homework. I'll check it when I get back. If you need anything, call or go to Grandma Tanya, sorry. Kisses, Mom. Photo shows your family on vacation. You spent 2 whole weeks abroad on the Mediterranean Sea. You played beach volleyball, took evening walks along the beach, and ate lots of ice cream. It was a good time. Do the homework, copy from Becca in the morning before class, wash the dishes, clean the apartment, go to the store, take your backpack. Oh, I've got skills. And the ability to upgrade. Okay, ingenuity, confidence is good, thought bonus. Yeah. Okay, do one of those. Sensitivity. Yeah, there we go. Alright. Ordinary morning. Septic and credit card. Got it. Okay. Nothing to do in there. Just parents' room. Okay. So I guess just out the front door. Can't leave just yet? What? Oh. Cooker could definitely use some cleaning after a week of self-sufficiency on your side. You've got neither time nor will for that. You've been familiar with cooking since childhood. Your parents are busy people, which means you learn early on how to use the microwave, the time to cook sausages, and why one should taste milk before pouring it on cereal. But that's about it. Mom left you money for groceries and stocked the fridge with food. All that's left is to decide what you want. Okay, I didn't think to do handiness. Okay, I'll whip something up, make sandwiches. Well, that's it. You're ready for an exciting day of ditching school. Time to get out of your cozy lair and go find Vika. The elderly woman that tidies up the hallway greets you with a suspicious stare. You're immediately reminded that you're an alien when you're out of school during class hours. This time of day belongs to the people with free time, the unemployed, the retired, and those who don't give a poop. You belong to neither. Good morning, young man. Tatiana, Vika's grandmother and your neighbor greets you with a hint of steel in her voice and a silent question. She knows the answer, but she wants you to say it like you really meant it. Morning, Grandma Tanya. I'm really late for school again. Hurry up, sleepyhead. You don't want the homeroom teacher to call your parents, do you? She nods and then shakes her head, but you can see a smirk on her lips. Your ploy worked. By admitting to your wrongdoing, you seem to get on her good side again. She smiles at you. Make sure you're on time tomorrow. Judging by the bucket mop she's been tidying up, considering her venerable age and health problems, you're only left to wonder where does she get the energy to keep not only her flat but the whole hallway. How are you? I'm doing fine, darling. God willing, I'll keep going for a while with Vika helping me as she does. Vika and her grandmother make up a formidable power duo. It's hard to tell who looks after whom more, but Vika became self-sufficient way beyond her years because of her grandma's poor health, and Tanya pulls herself together really well for her granddaughter. Has Vika left? She sure did. She mentioned that she would wait for you, but she must be at school already. You know that's not what's happening. She probably waits outside. Vika knows that her grandmother doesn't go out much. Her age makes it difficult to go down the stairs. I heard the situation at the border heats up. Do you think it'll pass? I don't know, Max. I'd like to believe that neighbors can always come to an agreement. I've seen too much wars in my lifetime. The old lady looks down. Your question made her remember something that she tried to bury deep inside. She was born during the Second World War. It took her father. The war in Afghanistan left her without a husband. Her son and daughter-in-law perished during the tumultuous events in 2014. She never talks about all of this herself. Your father told you. So yeah, she and wars go way back. I should run. Please take care. Mailbox always full of flyers. Since the utility bills have moved to the internet, nothing worth paying attention. Okay. Checkbox. Wiring in the house hasn't changed. Take care of the ficus. Okay. Move faster using run. Oh. You find Rika exactly where you'd expect her to be. Could be worse, you think. She could be freezing in the not-so-hospitable February weather, all while lonely waiting for you. Instead, she seems to have a lively conversation with the local street sweeper, an aging man by the name of Alexei. I'm not trying to pronounce the last names here because I know I'll mess them up. It's interesting, but very sad. Imagine getting in your own pool for something you didn't do. It's an unusual topic they're talking about. Why must so many stories end tragically? Now it makes sense. Typical become book nerd discussion. To teach the readers a lesson. Happiness comes and goes, sweetheart, but sadness changes us forever. Some say it's the only thing that can change the nature of a man. Seems like a very bleak outlook to me. Let's talk about that again in a few years. He doesn't sound condescending as adults in such conversations usually do. Some stuff has to be lived through, not talked about. Although, a tragical but well-executed ending is way better than just a clumsy wrap-up, or worse, an oh-so-unexpected twist, like some TV shows do. Vika still can't come to terms with how Game of Thrones ended. She ranted for weeks, and you were the unlucky recipient, as Grandma Tanya forbid her from watching that horrible adult show. They finally noticed your approach. Look what the cat dragged in. Staying up late playing video games again? Alexei frowns with mock disapproval, yet a smile is understanding. Despite his age, he tries to keep up with the times, and thanks to you and Vika, he's an accurate idea of what kids are into today. Yeah, why it's always video games? Maybe I read books until I fall asleep. You fell asleep. That explains why we lost so many rounds last night. That's because we had scrubs on our team. Seriously, where do they find those? I agreed. A full scrub squad. And you were our scrub king. He sighed. It's never easy to argue with Vika, even under the best of circumstances. But in the morning, when the mind's still foggy, it's better not to try at all. Huxley, Alexei's dog, suddenly raises his muzzle, looks off into the distance, and dashes away without warning. You can only hear loud barking that echoes up the house. Huxley, stop. Where are you going? Oh, what's gotten into him? Alexei closes his eyes and rubs his temple with one hand. Evidently, this is not the first time when Huxley runs off. He then raises his eyes and looks at you. Max, can I ask you a favor? Bring him back for me, please. I've already apologized to the neighbors too many times this week. Sure. I bet he's somewhere near. Thank you. I'd do it myself, but he's too fast for me nowadays. Just follow the barks and you'll find him. Before you leave, can I ask for one more favor? It's a matter of minutes. Sure. What is it? Bring this wrench to them, please. I borrowed it a while ago and he hasn't taken it back yet. Okay. He's at his garage, no doubt. His car is acting up again. Poor old thing. I'll wait for you here. Come back when you find Huxley. Okay. You know you went this way. The smell of engine oil, cigarette smoke, gasoline, and who knows what other chemicals creates the unmistakable scent de garage. You're including your nose as usual. At the center of the composition, you see. Oh my god. I don't know how to pronounce it. Friend of your father who drives a taxi for a living. Said taxi is an old Lincoln sedan that predates the collapse of the USSR. And now it suffers another round of reanimation attempts. You can almost see a plea for mercy in its headlights when the one and only Uncle Kostya performs his wicked tech magic. Man comes up from under the hood and wipes sweat from his forehead. What's up, Max? I brought your wrench. Fantastic. Thanks a ton for bringing it back. How's our patient? Comatose. But that's fixable with the right tools. He flips the wrench from hand to hand. Well, if someone can raise this thing from the dead, it's you. Darn right it will. That thing fires Uncle Kostya up with like a good challenge, he grins. It's a big question who's the bigger child of you two. One that's frequently asked by family dinners, especially when Kostyan I'm sorry, suggests something more, something like turning an RC toy helicopter into a strike drone. All the while, you can almost hear the car asking for sweet release of oblivion, but that's not happening today. Better yet, would you help me out? The two of us would be done in no time. Sounds great. Good, now come closer. Under the hood, the old car is a maddening maze of metal and wires. For every original part, there are a few aftermarket ones, and several even look like they belong to completely different machinery. Lincoln's engine looks like a Frankenstein's monster, one that can only be reanimated by a lightning strike, divine intervention, or Uncle Kostya's persistence. Suffice to say, Uncle Kostya is unique. Men like him are a dying breed. He can make anything, from a flashlight to a space shuttle, with only a box of parts, a hammer, a pencil, and a few strong words. Paper's not in the plan. Uncle Kostya calculates in his mind as he twists the pencil in his hand or nibbles it. An engineering education and army service taught him to make do with what little he has on hand. What he lacks is the ability to explain his brilliant ideas. And not without cursing, at least. Alright, come here. I need to fix something. Okay, I'll hold the clamp while you twist those pieces of crap. By pieces of crap, he means the cylinder head bolts. Yes, sir. Come on, kid. We'll bang here, spit there, and everything will come together, Roses. Come up, Roses. You bend over the engine. This work is nothing new. Uncle Kostya has asked you to help with the car more than once. This is the first time under the hood. Your participation is usually limited to giving tools, holding a lamp, or providing moral support. Looks like you've been promoted to the next stage of engineering evolution, from upright man to handyman. You're still not at Homo sapiens, but you'll get there. Get this thing to twirl. Try to do everything he says, but the bolts will not tighten. At all. Not wanting to lose your hard-earned respect, you lean harder on the tool. Probably too hard. Miscalculating your force, you rip off the bolts and strike an adjacent pipe. There's a muffled scream behind you as a jet of engine oil barely misses Kostya's face. What happened? Looks into the hood to assess the damage. Could have been worse. I could have asked you to deal with the wiring. Wait, what's that? Bill is enthusiastically underneath the hood. After some clinking sounds, he retrieves a small metal piece. This rust, it's rusted through. You're strong, but it wouldn't break if it wasn't already damaged. That's about the you don't want to repair. Thanks for the help anyway. I'll take it from here. It's just spare parts. Okay, generator. Alright, now we gotta continue on chasing dog barking. Another cat. Where did he go? Oh. I hear him. It's getting further away. As you approach the source of barking, you see a scuffle between Huxley and an unfortunate disheveled man. This is a local ne'er-do-well. He is in trouble. Get off me. Max, help me out, will ya? Get this furry piece of poop away from me, or I won't be responsible for what I'll do. Tries to keep yapping Huxley at bay with his foot. For some reason, Huxley can't stand him, and the feeling is mutual. You hear a growl, and Huxley sinks his teeth into his foot. Let me go! The sound of his voice scares off a flock of pigeons. If not for the general alcoholic roughness of his voice, he could have performed on stage. Whether it's because of the foul taste of the boot or angry screaming, Huxley decides to let go, but dog raises its short tail, preparing for the next attack. Calm down, you're only irritating more with your screams. I'd say he's already set on biting me, but fine. Martin shows you his boot, nearly decorated with bite mark. He cautiously glances at Huxley, but stays in place. Is your foot okay? I have antiseptic on me. Yeah, I'll take it. It's much better not have rabies. Oh, I ought to have a few kind words with your uncle. Don't worry, he's as healthy as a dog can be. Why is he mad at me? I haven't messed with him, not one time. Thanks, by the way. Now, get him out of my face. Huxley looks at his victim with puppy eyes, but you see right through the rascal. This will happen again. No need to tell him, though he's suffered enough already. Hidden. He's a good boy. Come on. Sit back. What's there? Ooh, not stick. Give him the stick. Try to take the stick back. He resists and won't give you the stick. He wags his tail and growls cheerfully while you pretend to take the stick away. After a couple of minutes of playful struggle, he unclenches his jaw, leaving the stick in your hands. He looks absolutely happy. Yes, happy papa. I brought Huxley. Ah, there you are. I hope everything's okay. The dog immediately greets his owner by vigorously rubbing against his leg, which leaves it covered in hairs. Huxley greets him with a small snack that he produces from his pocket. Wonderful. I'm glad you're here. I'd have to search for him till the evening if not for you. He's quite headstrong. Looks sternly at his dog, but Huxley parries his gaze with those puppy eyes. Oh, come on. Learned that one trick and now he knows I can't be mad at him. Huxley pets his dog behind the ears. Can you recommend something to read for me? For Mark Twain, you have many things in common with some of his characters. Resourceful, restless, and independent. You're not yet familiar with the American classics. They're worth giving a shot. Have you heard what's happening at the border? I heard, Max. I think everything will work out. This isn't only about us, but also about the West. No one needs a war at the heart of Europe. Sooner or later, they'll find a solution. Retains a surprisingly optimistic outlook on life despite living in the USSR. Sometimes you wonder how it's possible, but you've never figured it out. Everything you've heard about the Soviet era seems bleak. He looks at you expectantly. You can tell she's already tired of reading. Let's go, Miss Truant. Gotta have some fun before the day ends, says Mr. Truant. So here's the plan. Of course, she has neatly planned out even the school ditching. Let's see, we can go to the sports ground, but that's dull. We also have the arcade, and we definitely are visiting. So I can show you who's boss. Vika immediately gets to business and starts bending her fingers. But first of all, we go to the shops and buy something delicious and very unhealthy. Your treat. You can argue with every one of these points, of course, but Vika's no BS expression and attitude overwhelms you. Fine, so be it, you think. Let's do this. Shop. Okay, so down past the old shed. There. ATM. And cafe. Okay. Handiness is going to come in handiness. Down this way to the shop. Vika's looking around as if adventure awaits around every corner, hearing a soft melody under her breath. The ear-flap hat and her father's old jacket make her look a bit like a cartoon character. Vika, however, doesn't mind in the slightest. Sorry for being late. I overslept. Yeah, I noticed. I honestly thought about going upstairs to wake you earlier. Maybe try going to bed earlier. You look like a starving zombie. She looks fresh as usual. How does she manage to do that? Is there some kind of secret? Thanks, that was almost cute. You look fine, by the way. I'm glad you noticed. Vika averts her eyes. What's that? Did you see that momentary flash of red on her cheeks? Looks like your response had an unintentional effect of being a compliment. One that was to your liking, despite its unsophistication. I see you found some common ground with Uncle Lyosha. Vika's eyes flash with excitement. He's just so smart. He knows everything, whatever you ask. He has a story about it. And we have similar literary tastes. I wish he was our teacher at school. He has a whole library at home, racks of books all over the place, and he has read every single one. He says the first thing he bought with the first money he ever earned was a book. Heard the latest news about the situation at the border? Yep. Some luck we have with the neighbors like that. Feels like we're living on a powder keg. She nervously crumples the edge of her jacket in her hands. Did you think about leaving the city for the time being? Where to, Max? We don't have anyone except my grandma, and she's too ill to move anywhere. This day, Vika looks troubled and unsure. Maybe you could talk your parents into leaving? I'd feel better knowing you were safe. Something warm swells up in your chest when you hear her words. Despite her prickly behavior, she cares about you deeply. Actually, if something goes down, what will you do? I don't know. But I won't leave Grandma. She won't make it on her own. The right thing to do would have been to get as far away from the front line as we can. But we don't have a car, and Grandma's too weak for public transport, so There aren't a lot of options here. Just really received a new delivery at the shop. Hasn't managed to reach the products on the shelves yet. Yeah, just shows oatmeal. Why does your mom keep buying this stuff? For goodness sake, can I watch one episode in peace? Dang it. Nina, the local shopkeeper, looks indignant at the old TV set. It broadcasts solid white news instead of the latest Indian soap opera. What's wrong with the TV? It's been malfunctioning all day, and now it stopped working altogether. I don't know what they're thinking. Shakes her fist at the window. She doesn't specify who these mysterious they are, apparently television workers. I'd call a technician to check the antenna, but they don't have people available. Maybe you could take a look at it. The antenna's on the roof, and I don't have a ladder. Nina indeed doesn't look like the right person to climb roofs. Fine, but I want some sweets in return. Pika chuckles and shows you an A-OK sign with her hand. She finds your ingenuity likable. Tough customer you are, young man, but fine. Do it and I'll find a treat for you. There's a trash container behind the store. I think you can get to the roof from there. You'd have to move it, though. How are you? Oh, Max. Lately, this news has been showing dark stuff 24/7. Talks about the war and such. Nina's a nice woman, but she's impressionable, too. Anything can scare her, from a boiled kettle to astrological predictions about a comet threatening the Earth. You should watch less news then, so you don't get yourself all worked up. News often full of dribble. If only it would help. It's like we're cursed. Every year there's a new scare. First we had the pandemic, now the war. It happens all the time in the world. We just hear more of it nowadays. You try to speak comfortably, just like a dodo, and you succeed. Nina calms down a little, but somewhere inside you, a little worm of doubt is gnawing at you. You repeat other people's opinions. They're just words. No one knows for sure what will happen next, especially not you. Trash container sits right where Nina told you it would. Usually people tend to interact with such things as quickly as possible, but this is not the case. You carefully evaluate the situation, trying to ignore the aroma. Dumpster should be high enough to reach the AC unit. From there, you can climb on the roof. Problem is, you have to move the dumpster under the AC unit. Okay. Time to get my hands dirty. Container turns out to be way heavier than it looks. With a hellish rattling sound, you slowly strong arm it into place, then dust your hands off. Dang. You pump iron much? So strong. Vika's being sarcastic, of course, but only partially. She's kind of impressed by her feat of strength and doesn't want to show it. Main thing now is to not fall into the dumpster while climbing, under no circumstances. Otherwise, Vika would remind you of that until your untimely demise. The cat, of course. Rubbish is scattered across the roof. Dry leaves, rags, boards left after repairs. You see pale white dots on the dark timber. Pigeon bones, work of local cats, no doubt. In the middle of all this splendor, you see a set of satellite dishes. One of the dishes got tired and decided to lay down like a sunflower that's got enough sun. This is probably the cause of Nina's TV misfortunes. Wisps of her near the broken dish tell you a story of two cats duking it out to decide who's the boss of the roof. The perpetrator themselves are close by, looking at you with contempt reserved by felines for bald apes only. Upon closer inspection, you notice that the sunflower can no longer stay upright because of its metal legs being bent. I'll make this right and tighten the screws to make the antenna cat-proof. Your perfectionism got the better of you. You spend a lot of time to make sure that neither wind nor cats, nor even a meteorite, will rob Nina of her favorite TV shows. Nina goes about her day tending her shop. I fix your antenna. Works just fine, thank you. What happened there? Nina looks happily at her TV. There's an Indian woman explaining to her man some intricacies about their family relationships. For some reason you can't understand, these relationships issues spur immense interest in a middle-aged woman. Another mystery life to ponder while you're young. Cats happened. They had a quarrel and knocked the antenna over. These long-tailed rascals, I should discipline them a bit. Thanks again. And don't you worry, I didn't forget about your reward. She hands you a hefty pack of sweets. Not what I wanted, but I won't say no to free candy. Thanks. She grabs some candy from the pack and hands it to Vika. She unpacks one and immediately eats it. Alright. Got sweets. Keep the sweets, just in case. Right. What to do now? Is it the arcade? House of Culture Arcade. Okay. Got it. Because she didn't want to go to the sports grounds. She wanted to go to the arcade. The arcade welcomes you with flashing lights, blings, dings, and rattles of various arcade machines. It's understandably empty at this time. The bored clerk at the counter, its sole inhabitant. You wonder sometimes how it continues to exist in the time when everybody and their dog has a computer at home and a smartphone in the pocket with way more advanced games available anytime. Yet it still exists, defying all odds. Maybe the whole purpose is to make people wonder such things so that they visit the arcade. Maybe it's all a front for some exciting illegal activity. Maybe some places are just too stubborn to die. You ready to get your butt kicked? Come on, let's go play Battleship Arcade. 2 tickets, please. The clerk doesn't even bother to respond. You can grab the tickets and look at you expectantly. Air hockey. Dance machine. Clerk. So you purchase a venerable machine because eyes start to glow with competitive thrill. For some reason, the old Battleship Arcade is their favorite. Usually play way more modern games together, but there's an undeniable retro charm to this one. You can see now the dirt trap laid before you. She's way better at this game than you. You ready? She winks at you. Let's spice things up. Make a wager. Whoever gets the lowest score buys the victor prize. I'm in the mood for a cup of hot chocolate at the cafe. What do you say? Sure. But I bet you can't beat your old high score. Watch me. Rika grins at you, and you see that you've woken up the beast inside her. She approaches the machine as a matador approaches a bull, crunching her fingers and then the neck. puts the ticket into the receptacle. The game is on. She gets off to a good start, and then her competitiveness and your teasing do their job. After minutes of intense button mashing and under-breath swearing, Vika backs off from the machine with an angry grimace on her face. Dang it. She stomps her feet on the floor in dismay. Your plan worked. Now her score is way lower than her usual result. You only need to blow up 7 ships to win the challenge. Your turn. Dang it. Darn. Two. Running out of... I'm not gonna... We're gonna tie. Back over the machine. You have to practice more if you ever hope to reach Vika's level. Told you, not a chance. She won, and now comes the moment where she rubs it in your face. I'll get you next time. Sure you will. You just need a bit more practice. Now how about some nice warm chocolate drink to nurse the emotional injury? Let's go. This is a cafe. The cafe has a wonderful, cozy atmosphere. Personally, you like it much better than the posh places of downtown where your parents occasionally have taken you. Several years ago, this place was a standard post-Soviet watering hole, complete with shabby concrete tiling floor, a constant smell of alcohol, and an impression of a life hopelessly wasted. Then the place underwent major change. The one that everybody welcomed, except perhaps the local trouble, who now has to travel further in search of booze. Hey Max, can I get you something? Christina goes about her day. There's a hell of a lot to do if you're the sole proprietor and also the sole employee at your own cafe. Well, I wagered and I lost fair and square. 2 cups of hot chocolate, please. Here you go. Extra sugar to sweeten the bitter pill of loss. Thanks, Max. Hot chocolate with an aftertaste of victory is my favorite. She's sipping the hot beverage. Today's a good day, after all, you decide. Best friend at your side, sweet cocoa in your hands, cozy place around you. What can be better? Ika looks around as if... Okay, yeah. Go to the cafe. Sesame, pistachio, almond, chocolate, honey. I Think again. Need some unexpected combinations of familiar ingredients. Now what? What's gonna happen? Let's see. Oh, I guess we'll visit the sports grounds anyway. Let's go. Sport Grounds is the center of attraction for all the guys in the area, young and old. In turn, this makes it the go-to place for girls. Place of culture located nearby can't even hope to attract the same attention. However, it is empty at the moment. All the usual attendants are either at school or at work. Bika looks around and shrugs. So what do we do? It doesn't look like we're going to have much company here. Our classmates are too conformist, don't you think? We'll have to work on that. Noble idea, but doomed to fail. Our classmates are too boring. Well, they can be re-educated, right? School's already made for re-educating children, turning them into obedient sheep. It's just that we are too stubborn to fit into the same mold. Mika stares meaningly into the distance like any 14-year-old school revolutionary would do while delivering such a speech. I'm not stubborn. I'm just strong-willed. I do what I want. Well, so am I. May it stay so forever. What do you want to do now? Come on, Max. We haven't got all day. Maybe we do some exercise. If I wanted physical education, I would have stayed in school. Suit yourself. I'm going to do some pull-ups. Well now, Arnie. Working out much? Vika teases you, of course. Something inside you puffs and boils. You have to show her how tough you are. You approach the bar with confidence. You've been working out and it's nothing new for you. Jump up and grab the bar. It's cold and cold, but that doesn't bother you. You do a slow and controlled pull-up, and then another one and another one. Perfect execution. You let go of the bar and land like an Olympian athlete after an exercise, or that's how you feel anyway. Well, color me impressed, Max. You really are strong. Vika comes closer and touch your biceps, admiring your toughness. For some reason, that makes you ticklish and you giggle. Right. Nothing else to do here. There are moments when small things that can ruin your day converge into one big, smelly pile of problems. Sometimes, most of the times, actually, it takes the form of a person. As if out of thin air, this guy materializes before you. Vasya, or Poker as he prefers to be called, is a jock, a bully, and generally a dubious type. Oi, kids, have some spare change? Looks at you with the utmost contempt and spits out a half-chewed match. Hello, Vasya. Where else would we meet? Definitely not at school. Screw it. Makes an obscene gesture with his hand and laughs. Why would he come to us? What are you talking about? I'm a responsible person. How can I leave kids unsupervised? Seems that the one needing supervision is you, by police. Shut up, I'm not talking to you. Now, that spare change. Piss off. Why, you little... Wesley is taken aback by your brashness. He swings his fist, but stops at the last moment, remembering that Vika is also here. Not here. This evening, behind the garage. Come alone. If you don't, you'll regret it, understand? Cracks his knuckle and leaves without waiting for your answer. You're not serious about it, right, Max? He's twice your size. Vika angrily looks towards Billy. If looks could kill, Visya would drop dead this instant. I figure everything will be fine. I'll figure something out. You always say that just to calm me down. Just stay away from trouble. Is that so hard? Let's go. Oof. That was fun. I think I'm done for today. Time to go home. Walk with me? Sure, why not? Well, it was an interesting day. Full of adventure, at least. Good thing we skipped school, eh? After her walk in the fresh air, Rika's cheeks blush, her eyes sparkle. Yeah, but when Mom returns, my luck will run out. Well, you still have a week to catch up. And don't diss your mom, she's cold. She faithfully threatens you with her anger, but her eyes show a glimmer of sadness. By the way, Grandma's birthday is soon. I came up with a gift, and I'm going to need your help. Remind me tomorrow about it, please. Rika's face glows as she speaks. Nothing gives her joy like taking care of her loved ones. I gotta go before Grandma gets hurt, and she turns to you one last time for today. Thanks for today, Max. I really appreciate it. I needed it. And there she goes.
On February 23, 2022, the whole of Europe was discussing the Russian Federation's recognition of the independence of the Luhansk and Donetsk People's Republic, which had happened the day before. It was an alarming sign because a 180,000-strong Russian army had been standing on the border between Ukraine and Russia for weeks. The situation, tense as it already was, threatened to reach a boiling point, as now Russia had a casus belli. The treaty signed between Russia and the representatives of the so-called republics envisioned Russian troops defending these occupied Ukrainian territories. Western leaders and intelligence services had been openly warning the Ukrainian authorities about the impending attack for more than a few months, but their words were received with skepticism in Kyiv, at least in public. Ukraine's top leadership reassured the nation that there would be no full-scale invasion. No one wanted to believe in the possibility of a major war in Europe.
Max, how are you? Are you alright? Max's mom's anxious voice comes rasping through the phone. Usually calm and measured, she's obviously agitated right now. You wrap your eyes on days, trying to get your thoughts together. Your mother doesn't usually call this early. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. You've been playing till late the night again, even fell asleep too tired to change clothes. Somewhere in the distance, a siren sounds. Another one answers. the hell is going on on there? Hey, Mom. Why are you so nervous? My dear, the war has begun. You freeze. The meaning of what's being said comes through your sleepy brain trudgingly like a hot knife through ice. And when it does, something breaks open inside you. A cold wave of sticky, suffocating fear spreads from your heart throughout your body. War? How? Max? Max, can you hear me? Sounds like your mother's been trying to get through to you for some time, and each time her voice becomes more and more filled with fear. Yes, I do. Just trying to make sense of what's going on. First of all, we need to think about how we're going to survive this. Okay, close the window and make a sleeping place in the bathroom. Take Dad's sleeping bag. Fill the tub with water and make a food supply. Buy something with a long shelf life. Pasta, canned food, flour. Cash your card in. How's Dad? Is he okay? Your dad is in the military. Moreover, he serves on the Donbass front line. He's probably in one of the toughest spots right now, and that thought fills you with dread. Yes, dear. I've called him first. He says they've been preparing for this for years. They'll manage. Don't worry. Biko, Grandma, Tanya, and I will wait for you. It's good that you're there for them. That's it, I have to run. I love you very much. Keep safe. Mom hangs up and you stare at the phone for a few more seconds, processing what you've heard. Gradually, the horror of the current situation comes over you. Full-scale invasion has begun. You're on the front line town, all alone. Your heart starts pounding heavily in your chest. Limbs feel leaden and heavy. Your vision darkens. Is that an explosion you just heard? Suddenly, an image of your dad comes to your mind. You try to remember what he told you. True bravery isn't the absence of fear, but the ability to act in the face of fear. Grit your teeth and inhale sharply. You're never a coward, and now's not the time to become one. The war has been going on for 8 years, and you've been an unwilling participant in it from the very beginning, simply because you were born and lived in a country which the kind neighbors decided to liberate. Now, escalation. Everyone warned you about it. Most people didn't believe. Don't you ever get to live peacefully? Suddenly you feel ashamed. For 8 years, the war barely touched you. Many were much less fortunate. Besides, you have loved ones in the city, and they're much more vulnerable than you are. You exhale. Now is not the time for whining. It's time to act. Cookie, you notice you don't eat anything at all. Your mind is completely different. But your life experience tells you that sometime later you'll start feeling hungry. Maybe it's better to cook something right now to take with you. Thankfully, the fridge is relatively stocked. Sausage. Okay. Humans can live without food, heat, and electricity, but without water, we barely last for a few days, so the advice to stock up on water is better followed. Who knows what will happen to the water supply in the coming weeks? Spend the time now. Okay. Can't leave just yet. Okay, let's... New world. Go to the store to buy some food. Go to the ATM. Gift. Don't take it. Okay. Oh, yeah. Mom advised you to make a sleeping spot away from the windows. For safety, you must follow the rules of 2 walls. If a shell hits, the first wall collapses, while the second will hopefully shield you from the debris and shrapnel. You'll Only place where that rule can be followed in your flat is the bathroom. Has no windows, which is also a plus. Looks like you're going to sleep here. Sleeping spot. Okay. Duct tape. Oh, I don't care. Got far more detailed things to be dealing with right now. I'm not... He's gonna be a bother. Okay. Oh, wait. It's right there. Okay. Windows. Any nearby explosions will shatter windows, turning glass into razor-sharp shrapnel, which can injure everyone in proximity. Don't have much tape left, and it might come in handy later. Save the tape. Touch the doorknob and give your house a parting glance. The flat looks strange somehow. The changes seem insignificant, almost imperceptible, but each one reminds you of a situation you find yourself in. The world became alien and dangerous, and you have to deal with it. Doesn't make any sense. You live in a free European country in a modern and comfortable city, but instead of going to class or having fun, you're preparing your house for the possibility of a shell strike. It even sounds crazy. And yet, this is what's happening, whether you can come to terms with it or not, or has come to your home. So far, only in the form of the air raid sirens and the distant explosions, but you'll be lucky if that's all it is. Not, you can only hope that what you did would be enough to keep you safe. No matter, you remind yourself that Mom is coming back and you just have to wait for her. She'll manage and set things right. You'll be safe again with her at your side. Next, you heard, Rika's pale, looking disheveled after a rough wake-up. No doubt she also knows what's going on. Her eyes are frantic and she bit her lip to the point of bleeding. Yes, how are you holding up? I'm trying. For now, I think I can handle it. With a faint smile, she wraps herself in her father's oversized jacket. Maksym's scared. Come on. Everything will be okay. I hope so. It's not easy to believe in, really. Rika smiles, but it looks forced. She wraps her jacket tighter around herself. She drowns in it. Seems even thinner than she is. Doesn't look like you've lifted her spirits. Rika never speaks about how she fled the war in 2014 with her parents. About how she lost them. You've never asked. You didn't want to poke at old wounds. Now the nightmare of 8 years ago rises from its tomb, stretching its claws again. No time to dwell on the past. Look, we're still alive, right? So what are we gonna do? Always ready to act. You suspect this is what you like the most about her. Mom also mentioned she would return to pick us up. We just need to wait a bit. She can't come soon enough, but there's always traffic problems during wartime. Can you imagine what's happening at the border? Max, can I ask you to do something for me? Grandma needs medicine. She has diabetes and she needs insulin. She has some, but it won't last long. We've been arguing about it all morning, but she still won't let me go get some. It's supposed to be free if you have a prescription, but she hasn't managed to get a new one in time. We called her doctor, but he left the city already. Can you help me, please? Rika's never this eager about asking for help, but it seems Grandma Tanya was extra stubborn this time, and time has come for drastic measures. Just don't tell her I asked you, okay? I don't want to bicker with her again. Sure thing. Say no more. Knew I could count on you. Faint smile appears on Vika's face, probably the only honest one in this conversation. You asked me to remind you about a gift for Grandma. Oh yes, I nearly forgot about it. Here it is. Vika rummages through her backpack and fishes out an old radio in a leather case, belt hanging. Looks like prop from an old Star Wars movie. They share the same naive science genre look. Wow, vintage. Does it work? No. Voice sounds a bit happy. It's my grandma's radio. Something of a family heirloom from her youth. Do you think we can fix it? I think it would be pretty cool, nostalgia and all that. Not without outside help. Anything to make it work. Maybe you could talk to Uncle Kostya? Alright, I'm on it. Always down to help you out. It's going to be a wonderful gift, trust me. She hands you the radio, and what's that in her voice? A glint of excitement? It must be. Find Uncle as you're looking at the sky and a bit lost. Huxley looks at his owner with concern, feeling that something is off, as only a loyal dog can. An explosion rumbles in the distance and he starts growling nervously. Calm down, boy, it's okay. Says these words almost mechanically. It's not okay, and both he and the dog know it. Hello, Maksym. It's good to see you. Puts a forced smile on his face. You wonder if every adult is going to pretend that everything's under control just to spare your feelings. How are you? Honestly, could have been better. Woke up to the sound of explosions, not the idea of a pleasant morning I had in mind. You immediately see his true age that usually hides behind a welcoming demeanor. This madman decided to go forward. The die is cast, and now we must deal with it. I can only hope someone is going to see reason among them. Stop this before it's too late. We need to start negotiation. I hope this is still just a show of force. Do you want to believe it, Max? But the probability is low, not going to lie. They've cursed the border en masse, and our troops retaliated. Not the best position for peace talks, I'm afraid. Morris here. What are we going to do? Pray for the best and prepare for the worst. I actually have an idea and you can help me out. I'm going to clean up the basement of our house tomorrow to make a decent bomb shelter. High times we do this, I know. I started doing it myself several weeks ago, but never finished. Will you help me? Together we'll be finished in no time. It's very important. I'll help. Great. Find me tomorrow then. Feel more lifted. Whatever's happens, he's not going to sit idle, and neither will you. I should go. Take care. Let's see. Just around the corner from the cafe is the ATM. When you approach the ATM, your brain registers the presence of something strange, or rather the absence of something you'd expect. There's no line at the ATM. It's the outbreak of war, there's no line at the ATM. Came closer to the worst feeling inside. Then your fears confirmed. The ATM greets you with the technical message. Well, looks like I'll have to borrow money. Asking for money is uncomfortable enough as it is. What makes matters worse is that you'll have to borrow, and then you'll most probably have to return what you owe, and all during the times of war, but it looks like you have no other choice. Store is locked. Trade clue sign hangs on the fog glass. Apparently Nina hasn't been here since last night. It's worth going over to her house to see if she'll be out for work. You remember that she lives in a 9-story panel building north of the hospital. Okay, so there's that. Okay, pharmacy. Oh gosh. Kid, where are you going? Can't you see there's a line? Rugged man calls out to you. It seems like he's looking for an excuse to snap at someone. You happen to be in the wrong place at the wrong... If you were to describe post-Soviet healthcare in one word, you'd say one word. Lines. Lines are everything, and for any reason and at any time. Endless, senseless, and completely inescapable. Mom once jokingly told you that the Soviet healthcare system considered lines as means of therapy and diagnostic. After all, if you aren't willing to stand in one, you're not that sick, right? Cues divide your life into before and after. Inside the line, some people either achieve inner peace and become immune to cruel twists of fate or succumb to severe depression. Now the presence of a line is completely understandable. It seems that everyone suddenly remembered they were about their chronic conditions or just decided to stock up on medicine. Yes, I hear you. Who's left in line? It's honest and admirable, but the line is way too long. You haven't got all day. Heard they met no resistance at the south at all. If it goes on like this, we'll be surrounded in a couple of days. Did you hear how they were obliterated near the capital? They tried to land the troops. My brother told me. No, I can't. I can't just sit around and wait to move. Hospital, usually bustling place. It's already packed today. What are you doing? You should be somewhere safe. Can you write me a prescription for insulin? A neighbor has diabetes and her doctor's out of town. Usual protocol would be for her to at least call him. Jeez, I don't understand such people. I must stay with our patients no matter what. You took an oath for crying out loud. Sorry you have to hear this, Max. It's just that we were warned. For 6 months, everyone and their dog warned us this invasion is imminent, and now suddenly everyone's surprised. And some choose to run. Maybe that's the reason the topic was talked to death enough that everyone stopped taking it seriously. What if believers had kept quiet instead? The consequences would be even more devastating. Doctor, focus please. I need that prescription. Sure, I'll write you one. Tell her to get as much as she can. Insulin will be in short supply soon. Are you alright? Nope. I'm not. Aren't we all? Sorry, Max, it's been a tough day. I've been up since early morning and haven't eaten all day. Too many patients. I'm in a hurl right now, and can you perhaps bring me some chow? I'd be more than... I have some food. Some sandwiches. You're a lifesaver, Maksym. Eat it. Takes the fruit from your hand with reverence, like you brought him the Holy Grail. Don't know what I'd do without this. Probably collapse in a few hours, thank you. Can you borrow me some money? Getting ready to hurry and forgotten my wallet at home. Please, we'll figure something out. Okay. There's... It's for Granny. Nina's house. Front door is locked and you don't have the key. Unfortunately, you remember Nina's apartment number. You enter the number into the cold and ragged intercom panel, hoping she would be home. After what seems to you like hours of nasty beeping, you hear a sound. Hello? Yes? Who is it? Nina whispers into the intercom, her voice barely audible. Nina, this is Max. I need your help. I'm out of food. Sweetie, I don't keep supplies at home. Everything's at the shop. Her voice trembles. Her worst fear materializes. Or knocks on her door. Nina desperately holds it shut to avoid facing. So, could I open the store? It'll be tough without food. We don't know how long this mess will last. What's the store, Max? They said on TV that the enemy tanks are near the capital already. Another day or two and it will fall. Dear, have you seen those military convoys from the north, south, from everywhere? And those explosions. I woke up because the windows rattled. What do I do? People need your help. Most of them will go empty-handed if you stay home. It's basically a death sentence during wartime, you know. Oh no, you're right, dear. Give me a moment, I'll open the shop. After a few minutes, Nina comes out. She smiles at you nervously. I'll be there in a minute. Will she let me buy on credit? I know I'm running this one a little long, guys, but what do you need? Need insulin. You got a prescription? Here. Here you go, boy. Hope everything will be alright with your grandma. I need some lifelong food. Bird. Actually, pasta. Holding up. It's scary, of course, but thank you anyway for getting me out of my house. Lost my head with fear. Could borrow me some cash? Here you go. It's not much. Everyone prefers to pay by bank transfer now. So, stay safe. All right. Got a bunch of stuff now. I'm gonna have trouble with that boy. Yeah, not if I avoid him. It won't. Thankfully, Uncle Kosha's at his usual place in his garage, still working on the poor old Lincoln, just like yesterday. At least some things never changed, even if it's war outside. But even here, he sensed a change in the usual atmosphere. He didn't quite notice it before. There's a military uniform hanging on the wall. Max, good to see you. I was just going to check up on you. Called your dad. He asked me to keep an eye on. I need your advice. Oh, where'd you get this dinosaur? His curiosity is evident as he prods the rare specimen with his fingers and clicks his tongue. Bika found it. This is her grandma's radio. We'd like to fix it before her birthday. It's a fine thing. But finding spares could be troublesome. Not that many radio enthusiasts left around these parts. What do you need? What do you think? Can it be repaired? It's not rocket science. Clean it, solder where needed, change the batteries and some wires, then voila, it'll work. Cautious response brings a tide of unwavering confidence. Wouldn't be surprised if the bush on Mount Sinai spoke to Moses in the same tone. Do you have spare parts for the radio? I might have some, but as you know, I'm more proficient at car repairs, so I don't expect a fitting find. Shovels the stuff in one box. Nope, nothing good for this patient. Guess I'll have to look somewhere else. Can you point me to who I can ask about spare parts? That's a problem, alright. I guess they do grow from the right place, but he needs to put them on the strangest kind of stuff. He can have some spares, that is, of course, if you catch him sober. I heard about that youngster, Bessia, what's he called? Rocker, Joker, something like that. He's usually found hanging around near the old shut. Here he trades all kinds of tech, sort of. I hope he doesn't steal it. I wanted to ask something else. How's Dad doing? Is he okay? They haven't been deployed yet, so he's safe. Old enough for you to tell me how things really are. Oh, it's what he told me anyways. He wouldn't lie to me. And what do you think, honestly? He pauses, clearly trying to find words. Screw that. It's probably bad, Max. The Muscovites are advancing on all fronts, and your dad's right where it's the hottest. He didn't want to tell me that, but I don't. Yeah. Don't worry about him. He's a great soldier, greatest I ever knew. And he has his brothers in arms around him. They can handle it. Thanks. I appreciate that. Just don't tell your mom that I told you this. She wouldn't want me to scare you, but you deserve to know. How are you doing? Oh, I'm fine. As fine as one could be in such a situation, anyway. I was at the recruitment office this morning. They said they don't need old broken junk like me. So here I am, fixing my own piece of old broken junk. Something tells me it's better to have working wheels now. How's the car? Sadly, no improvement. I have to somehow get her new spark plugs. Can you help me out? I need cash. Absolutely. Your old man told me that you would probably come asking. Come to me if you need more. Can't promise much. I'm not an oligarch, but I'll try to help. Just be prudent with your spending, okay? To Max. I got a face. Fine. Find Bastiano's on the phone. Judging by his tone, he's discussing something very urgent. Yes. Get some gas and motor oil and bottles. No, not plastic ones. They need to break. Got it? Yeah, you better, and pronto. I'll call you later. Notices you and hangs up. Huh. You didn't run yet. Make me surprised. What's up? Do you have any spares for radios? Old ones. 60s, 70s. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. Why? It's a secret. Now would you look at him? Keeping secrets so we don't... Big man. Fine. Don't need them too much now anyway. 125 cash and we have a deal. Doubt there would be many buyers for such stuff given the current situation. Doing business hard when the client has sense. You're not wrong. Those aren't easy to sell. How about 100 cash? Not bad, right? It's better. You're one tough customer, kid. Have you thought about starting a career in commerce? Starts rifling through his box of various stuff. A minute later, he produces a handful of assorted parts and hands it to you. What have you been discussing earlier? None ya. What? None ya business, that's what. I'm not in the mood for jokes. What do you think? I need gas and motor oil for it. Do you think I suddenly picked up motorsports for a hobby? It's for Molotov cocktails, dingus. Got it. I'm not wasting my time on you. You want some of this? Spit it out. Right. Let's see here. Got the meds. Parts. Okay. There's one person I have not asked for money. Short on cash, can you? No problem. I don't have much, but I hope this will help. Spare parts for the radio, let's fix it. You're fast and resourceful, just like your old man. See what we have here. Transistor capacitor, whoa, this belongs to an antique shop. Always like to watch Uncle Kostya fix and work his magic. His fingers deftly take the radio apart, then start replacing broken parts with new ones. At some points he takes a solder in his hand, and even starts humming a melody. An old Ukrainian song, one from the First World War. After an hour of focus work, Uncle Kostya puts down the solder and wipes the sweat from his forehead. Good as new. See if it works. Presses the button, the radio starts hissing static. Starts to fiddle with the frequency control and soon tunes into the news frequency. The President has declared a general mobilization and travel ban for men of conscription age. The enemy forces are still attempting to take Ismail Airport and continue to suffer heavy casualties. Tell me something I don't know. All yours. Thank you. Don't mention it. It's great to work on something other than my poor girl for a change. I'm sure Grandma will like it. Me too. Alright, let's go to the cafe. I think that's the last person I haven't spoken to. I'm pretty far from okay, but we have to carry on. I get it. Funny thing, if you can call it that. Just yesterday I was thinking if and when it's gonna happen, and here we are. You have a plan? Not leaving my cafe. Built this place from the ground up, and also the Russians wouldn't take the city. They don't have the guts. Gonna volunteer and support our boys. Right now, they need all the help they can get. Gonna help out too. That's a very young man. Is he on our side? Well, there's certainly been. Stay away from danger, okay? It's a lot of work to do in times like these. Tending to the wounded, the camouflage nets, helping the elderly, stuff like this. Can you borrow me some money? Can, but I don't have parents. But don't you have parents for that? Mom's out of town and I'm out of cash. The ATM's not working, the monies are all on the card. Should have told me so from the start. I can help you out. Wire me the money and I'll give you cash. Maybe another time. Thanks for the offer. Don't waste money on the cocoa. I should have come here first. Time to call it a day and go to bed. Ugh. I know what it wants me to do. I know what it wants me to do. I don't want to do it. I'm not asking him. Alright guys, this has been way longer than I probably should have. Got it right here. Because anxious and rightfully so, she got straight to business. Vika holds back the tears, but the emotions overpower. She bursts into crying, holding the box tightly to her chest. Hold her tightly and let the emotions pour out. She sobs into your jacket for some time. One sob after another, and the storm calms down. Waves broken at your understanding serenity. She lets you go, a bit ashamed of herself. Sorry, Max. Just that all this frickin' day. I didn't know if you could get it, if they still have it. I didn't know if you would return. Thanks. It means a lot to me. More than you can imagine. I'd do anything for you and Grandma. Do the same for you. Whatever else life throws at you, at least you have each other. That fills you with a lost feeling of confidence. Maybe you can make it through after all. You're the best. I'll tell Grandma the good news. So you remember how she genuinely smiled yesterday in another life. I had the radio fixed. So that's why I like you, Max. You get stuff done. I'm sure Grandma will like it. Thought you liked my looks and charisma? Don't flatter yourself too much, Your Majesty, otherwise the crown might fall down. Okay, you can have it back. No, hold on, and hold it for now. I don't want to accidentally ruin the surprise for Grandma. Can you borrow me some money? Sure, I don't have much though. Here, take 50. All I got. Take care. Alright guys, unfortunately, as I said, that's all the time I have for today, so thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to ring the bell icon to keep up to date on all the videos, and remember to free the feral wildflower in you. Bye-bye!